if you ran EcoDome Eldani, you may be dead, because there was some crazy-ass shit going down in that dungeon just the other day. We'll talk about that. Also, a new most popular class, October trading post, and a new 6-month sub mount we got to talk about. So let's just jump straight into all this shit. EcoDome Eldani. Evidently, the boss reached a level of sentience because he decided to completely change up his mechanic. And by boss, I mean Tahabet and Awajaz, I don't know how to say his name. But they decided to change up their mechanics on the players just yesterday, where they started to pull everybody in, stack them up, and then burst them down to an unhealable amount of damage. That's right, these bosses were sick of being killed constantly and decided we're going to change shit up and destroy the player base. A full-on 100% kill rate. Nobody was able to time a 10. For some reason, this just happened, and Blizzard had to implement a hotfix to actually get this done. Be careful out there. When AI reaches sentient levels, we are going to have no chance at killing any bosses, because these guys were absolutely destroying the player base, and kind of a funny little bug there that happened. Yeah, absolutely hilarious. Besides that, Midnight merch unboxing ahead of the deep dive. That's right, we got the Midnight deep dive happening on October 1st. We got, that's tomorrow, guys. We got the big questions happening with Chris Metzen and everybody, so that'll be really cool. But we're getting some merch out before that happens. I don't know if this will be purchasable, but some content creators out there, including the Wowhead dev team, evidently got a bunch of really cool merch, including this Home Sweet Home mug. Mine must be in the mail, right? I mean, Blizzard's sending me mine, right? I'm a big content creator, aren't I? Maybe in my own mind. But yeah, they got a big, nice mug there, the Home Sweet Home mug. Obviously, it'll play on the cinematic reveal that was there for the player housing thing that happened. So this is cool. We know we're going to get player housing question, but I'm actually hoping for everything else in this big interview here. I want to see the Q&A. Hopefully people submitted good questions and they actually accept them and answer them. Maybe like a what sword or something. But I want to see stuff about character customizations, maybe. Some more stuff about the new systems that we're getting in Midnight. Maybe something about PvP. Considering we're getting a whole new open world PvP zone. So a lot of questions still to be answered from Midnight. Player housing, I feel like we've gotten a ton of information on. At this point, it just feels like player housing is maxed out in my mind. Fib, thank you for the Prime sub, 3 months.
Famous people given free stuff from Blizzard.
I know, right? Yeah, I guess I'm not famous enough. We'll see if the actual questions about Midnight get answered here, but some cool stuff anyways that went out from the Blizz team. October trading post reward is here. That's right. It is the elk, or the Legion forged elk. There's no way that this is not the Legion. This is the Felephant. That's what I'm going to call it, the Felephant. That's right. So you can get yourself the Fel Elephant off of your October trading post this week. Obviously, some cool Halloween theming here. We actually haven't heard much about the Hallows End event, which I always enjoy doing. To me, it's one of my favorite holiday events in the game. Not much in terms of news or anything else that could be dropping off of that thing this year around, but at least you'll be getting this cool elephant if you do complete all the tasks that week. The Felephant with tentacles. Yeah, that's right. So a cool little end of trading post thing. There's a lot of cool items coming in this trading post, including we saw recently this beautiful Headless Horseman transmog here with the mount. Absolutely glorious. We're going to see the Rusty Root Fell Snooter. Now, I'm not sure what this thing is. And then, as I said before, the Headless Horseman Hallow Charger. We also see the ensemble for the Headless Horseman here. A really good-looking ensemble. Obviously, kind of light-forged Headless Horseman here, as if the Headless Horseman became a paladin. Also, this weapon here, and a few other really good-looking transmogs to get from this October trading post. We saw like 4 different colorways of this thing, and I'm wondering if we're going to get them in some other trading post or some other event. Maybe they're going to drop off of the boss this time in the Hallows End event, but I really do want to see more of this. I don't have that mount from the core. I still don't have that mount from the core and dire. I don't either. So I guess we can get stuff like this off the trading post. Some cool weapons and stuff. Bunch of other things. We see the Hand of Reshigal. I believe that is the mount from Shadowlands, so you'll be able to buy that one too. Some other cool weapons and stuff here to be bought from the trading post. But overall, a cool little end to the trading post event here with the Felephant, as I said before, your final for the trading post. Now, the 6-month exclusive Fire Horse. That's right, 6-month subbers are going to get themselves a new mount. Now, this hasn't like officially been announced yet, and we don't know exactly when this 6-month thing will kick off. Typically, it's like January or February timeline, right? Every 6 months, usually the beginning of the year and then mid-year cycle, you get a new 6-month mount. This was actually announced in China already because it is the year of the Fire Horse over there. I didn't even know there was a Fire Horse year, but it's the year of the Fire Horse, and you'll be able to get this one with your 6-month sub, including this little pet here. So a pretty cool looking mount. A reskin, obviously, of your typical Pegasus style mount here in the game. But I haven't seen one that looks like this yet. So this is kind of a unique one. Obviously, the 6-month subs. A lot of times we end up seeing this stuff show up later at a trading post as a recolor. So if you really like this mount, you'll probably be able to get it down the line. But as I said before, the January, February timeline, probably going to be your 6-month subber. Might be a China only. I don't think so. I think this will be... We've been seeing the 6-month subs follow the year stuff previously. We had the Timbered Sky Snake, right, was another 6-month subber because it was the year of the snake. So we got that one in the Americas and Europe as well, not just China. So this is probably going to be accurate that we'll also get this one here for anybody who's 6 months subbed. Now, moving on to a new version of Hardcore. If you haven't seen this one yet, kind of cool, I guess, for the hardcore Andes out there, the guys who really just want to keep playing the same shit over and over, but in a new taste. So there is a new hardcore called Ultra Hardcore. That's right. I've watched Zaryu play through this a little bit. It's kind of cool. But basically what happens is you don't see your health bars. You don't see... really anything on your screen besides your player character, so you got to kind of manage things without knowing what's really going on. I believe you can see your mana bar, but besides that, you really don't see much. There's no health bar at all on the screen. Instead, what happens is you slowly tunnel vision out to death if you reach the death node. So the visible area of your screen gets reduced as your HP drops. We see there's hidden player frames as well. You don't know exactly how much HP you have. Hidden target frames. You also don't know how much your target has. Yeah, actual tunnel vision. That's right. Hidden party health, which makes running in groups really difficult. Also makes healing. Like, I don't know how people heal in this version of the game, but if you're running like Dead Mines or something, that's going to be extremely difficult. Dazed effect adds a blur effect onto your screen. Rested action bars. Action bars are only visible in rested zones. That's right, so you won't be able to see what abilities you have available, or you have to kind of memorize where your abilities are at. And then the crit effect, when you hit a victim with a critical hit, your camera veers off into a random direction. Okay, so as I said before, I've watched some other streamers like Zaryu play it. Ozzy Falls has played it. It's a fun thing to watch. I don't think I'll ever really play it. I mean, maybe just for shits and giggles. But I'm waiting for Ultra Hardcore. That's right. I'm not really into the Ultra. I want to see the next version of it. The hardcore community continues to iterate on the game. Just some fun stuff to play through. And as I said before, watching people play it. Made for WoW masochists. That's right. Sam wouldn't get to play. I could probably beat this, like, easy one-shot run. But, it's not that challenging for me. I hardcore all the time. When I'm offline, I just could complete it. No chance of dying. New DPS charts. That's right. We got some new DPS charts here and a new leader when it comes to rating. We have seen a nice big rise here in Frosty K. Recently, I believe it was Marksmanship Hunter who had kind of flipped it over. Frosty K retaking the lead. I think actually Frosty K was still in the lead last week, so I take that back. New leaders here, or no new leaders. The same old leaders here. Frosty K still taking the lead. Marksmanship Hunter just behind them. There was a big rise for Affliction Affliction Warlock. Affliction Warlock taking a big lead here. They jumped up, what was it, 11 spots? 12 spots. They moved up 12 spots up to here to now be kind of mid DPS in terms of the charts for Mythic raid. Looking really good. Nobody else really moved. It was just the movement of Affliction that really shot them up the charts here. If we look more down at the charts in terms of the numbers on Heroic raid, we'll see that it's a bit different. Arcane Mage sitting here at the top. Frosty K just behind them. Destro Warlock, one of the good risers as well. Elemental Shaman, Furry Warriors, Marksmanship Hunter, Unholy DK. They're having a good old time. Beast Mastery Hunter doing amazing numbers when it comes to AoE and stuff like that. But right now, I guess raid, they're kind of upper mid. I haven't seen them do pretty good numbers. If we're looking, by the way, at the Mythic numbers up here, these are actual runs that people are doing. And Unholy DK is being skewed right now because somebody keeps running Mythic raid without putting out any DPS. So they are actually going in and doing 0 DPS on Unholy DK and absolutely sabotaging the Unholy DK numbers. So you got to take this one and kind of realize it might not be accurate. I don't know what the hell or who the hell is doing this. They say it real here. The Unholy Demancius 0 damage log returns this week. At this point, it's starting to look like somebody's sabotaging the runs. So I don't know what's going on. Some Unholy DK absolutely just wants to see the world burn, and they are completely fucking up the charts for the DKs out there. But yeah, that's actually hilarious. Yeah, they're just sitting in there not doing any damage, and they're messing up all the numbers. So there it is, your charts for now. But what's really interesting is we have a new most popular class in the game. That's right, I always joke, Retribution Paladin is your #1 class. Retribution Paladin oftentimes has been seen as the #1 most played class in spec in the game, and it turns out they have been overtaken, not once, but twice. That's right, 3 times I should say. Beast Mastery Hunter shot up these charts like insane. We saw the buffs that happened, so Beast Mastery really shot up the DPS charts and everything else. And evidently, there's a lot of bestiality lovers out there because a lot of people went out and just started playing Beast Mastery Hunter. So this looks at the number of runs happening with Mythic Plus. I believe it's key numbers 7 to 10 or something like that, or maybe 10 plus. But it looks at the most popular specs being run through these things. And yeah, Beast Mastery Hunter jumping up a massive amount here. Frost DK just behind him. Resto Shaman, the most popular healing class in the game. And then Retribution Paladin, your previous peaker, sitting right here now at #4. Reprot Warrior sitting as the most popular tank. No surprise there, considering it is part of the meta now. And then everyone else is, just falling in behind there. Augmentation Evoker sitting at the very bottom. Augmentation Evoker, though, I know, right? That's because a Beast Mastery is putting out insane numbers of Mythic Plus right now. Yes, they are. Ever since the buffs, they've been absolutely cranking. So makes sense that a lot of people would start jumping on that. It's a bandwagon thing. But what's crazy is how much of a gap there is between them and the rest of the classes right now. I believe it's like a 2%, almost 2% bump between them and your previously most popular Retribution Paladin. So they're looking really good. Frost DK's been having a great season overall, so no surprise there that they've taken up some popularity. And then, as I said before, Resto Shaman, the most popular healer in the game right now. Hard to find a good Augmentation Evoker. I agree. Yeah, they're kind of I don't know what Blizzard's going to do with support classes, to be honest. Whether or not they're going to add another, because I feel like their implementation of Augmentation has not gone well. When it does really good, people feel like it's required to bring them because they're the only real buff class out there, other than maybe, I guess you could consider Discipline Priest being a buff class, but it just doesn't work really the same way. And then if they're no good, nobody wants to play them. They're in the absolute gutter. I think I'm going to give up on Enhancement Shaman. No, and don't worry. Guys, by the way, your classes will make comebacks. Everyone kind of rotates through here. Beast Mastery, just at the very beginning here, was sitting at mid, so look at them. They're having their time in the light. Usually everybody gets a turn, except Augmentation, the redheaded stepchild, the Blizzard. Besides that, we'll keep checking these charts and everything else, but for now, that is all in terms of news.